Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your January 20th full moon reading for you. Now, this full moon's energy is going to last from January 10th to February 9th. All right, so let's dive in. And what is so important about this full moon and special about this full moon is that it is also a full moon eclipse, and it is the first full moon of the decade, and it's an eclipse. It's just, the energy is amazing. And what's so beautiful about it also is that the last new moon of 2019 was also an eclipse. So you have that building energy here, and you have that beautiful energy of the eclipse just absolutely surrounding this whole entire moon. So let's dive right in, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus, and see what this full moon has in store for you. So I'm going to be moving the Spirit Guide Animal cards over to the side, and we'll get to that at the very end. I'm going to be pulling one card, and I'm going to be moving your Moonology cards and your Queen of the Moon cards over to the side, and then layering these on top of the tarot to see what the moon has to say to you. And then just taking your tarot cards and shuffling. How will January 2020's full moon affect Virgo? How will January's 2020 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 full moon affect Virgo? Show me clearly, 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 show me. Fantastic. That is where Spirit wants me to stop. At the center of everything, we have the Five of Swords. And you're crowned by the Five of Wands. Right? There's tremendous freedom that this moon is giving you. Yeah, and then you move right to the 10 of Cups. 5 plus 5, of course, equals 10. And so there is just a sense of love surrounding you, of prosperity, of celebration. 9 of Swords. Then we have the 8 of Wands. 8, 9, and then 10. I love that. Here, the Queen of Wands, a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, shining through. The Lover's card, the 6th card in the Major Arcana. This represents a Gemini energy, but this also represents a duality of things during this time. Nothing is going to be black and white. It's all going to be about the emotions and about the in-betweens here. The Gemini time frame is May 21st to June 20th. And then we have the Tower, the 10 of Pentacles, and the Devil card. Okay. I know you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh my gosh, Dane, we have the Tower, and we have the 5 of Wands, and we have the Devil card. This isn't a good reading. Actually, it really is. It really is moving forward in freedom, and it's stopping the malarkey of life. It's stopping, focusing on things that just do not matter. This moon is really going to put things into perspective for you. And well, it's not going to do it for you. I don't want you to think like, oh, I'm just going to sit on my couch, eat chips, and everything's just going to fall into alignment. That's not how it works, but it is going to make things very clear and help you to move forward towards the place that you want to be and into the world that you want to be thriving in, because this isn't a moon of just surviving. This is a moon of thriving, and you are definitely going to be taking advantage of this, Virgo. So let's start talking about this moon. This full moon is in Cancer, okay? So it is going, and it's amplified by the eclipse. Things that align, it aligns with the tide and the ocean. And what I really see here is that it's pulling on, okay, so this may sound a bit odd, but as I see it, it's pulling on your blood. And because the blood is the ocean, I see it very much as the ocean of the body. So you are going to be pulled by this full moon into action. And it's into the action of the heart. Belonging is going to be very important to you. Your sense of home, your sense of roots, your sense of sustainability and sanctuary and emotional connections. These are going to be things that you thrive off during this time. This isn't going to be a time of going out to great big loud parties. This is going to be more of a time of intimate gatherings, and actually that's going to be something that you would thoroughly enjoy during this moon, or in the process of this moon, from the 10th to the 9th, keeping things very kind of a lot more intimate, a lot closer, kind of that face-to-face. That's what I'm seeing. The face-to-face is going to be so important to you, Virgo. This is also showing great wisdom and bounty coming your way. And a need to take care of the self, a need to move forward in the power of the self. You have it has a very strong aspect of the divine feminine here. And that's what we're seeing in power. And this says surrender to the divine. So you're surrendering to the divine feminine, to what your heart is calling for. And it's to a side of you and a side of life that has been rather forgotten and not spoken of. You are speaking into existence and into power, a part of you that has been kept silent. And now you are moving forward in that power, in that truth. It's all about love. It's all about knowing that we are emotional beings. And as emotional beings, we come from the place of the heart. It isn't saying here that, if you just kind of step back, you can logic it all out. That's almost going to feel, especially for you, Virgo, since you are such a caregiver, since you are the person to want to make sure that you are caring for everyone, you're not going to want to kind of step back and be more analytical about things. Coming from a place of the heart is going to feel so absolutely natural to you. And if you're saying, I don't want to take care of other people, well, it can be animals, it can be plants. These are things that need you. These are beings that need you to move in life, to thrive in life. And that's going to be something that you are called to. You are called to have your energy. Okay, so you are called to have your energy move through those that are less fortunate, all right, or not less fortunate, but who can't fully take care of things on their own. And that's going to be what you're drawn to, even if it's just kind of abstractly. This is going to be something that really empowers you and emboldens you during this time, and you feel very much called towards. So be very cautious of this, though, Virgo, because as you are called to matters of the heart, and you kind of are very much the rooter of the underdog, especially during this time, this would be the perfect opportunity for somebody to try and scam you, somebody to try and take advantage of you. So just be mindful of that during this moon. You're moving then into the moon. We're moving to the moon being the wolf moon, which means that you are hungry. You are hungry and you are howling towards the moon, towards what you want. There's a release of tension. There's a release of stress. And the full moon in Cancer is saying a personal issue reaches a resolution. There is a coming to a conclusion of things. It's a seeing a bigger picture of it all, and a seeing the way that you want to move forward. There's something that is resolved, and as it is resolved, you release the tension that you have been holding, and you move towards that love, towards that caring. There's also a strong connection with ancestors here. It can be the ancestors of this life. It can also be your past life memories coming forward, but being very connected to either the women of your ancestral line, right? Or just hearing the voice, hearing the voice of someone, a feminine voice in your ear. It can be somebody that you know, but for some of you, you're not going to really know this person or have a relationship with them. They're just going to be the ones. It's almost going to be like, your angel is whispering in your ear. So you do have a relationship, but you didn't have it on this earthly plane. It's going to be like your angel is whispering in your ear, and it's going to be a more feminine voice. There's going to be a sense of a soothing whisper to it. And you are also going to find that you're very connected to, if you believe in past lives, to your past lives, but those where you were a woman in your past lives. Okay, so just know, if you start having dreams where you know that this is you, but you are a woman, okay, know that this is one of your past lives speaking to you. That's going to be something that happens. It's going to at least happen for a lot of you Virgos at least once during this time period, from the 10th to the 9th of February. but it is going to be something where it feels so real, where you're like, oh my gosh, that was me. Oh my gosh, I was there. Like, it's going to be something where it's kind of unnerving how absolutely vivid it is going to be. And then we have the full moon eclipse, which says conclusions are within reach. The conclusions that you want, the coming together and the stopping of chaos is within reach, which is what this moon is all about for you. It's about a moving forward in your power and in your grace. And then we have here the void of course moon. Now the void of course is at, what time is it at? It is at 6:58 Eastern Standard Time. All right. And the void of course is when what you do, and I laugh because the void of course is just, it's kind of like a trickster. It's, you think that you are making plans, you think that things are going to go a certain way, and it's going to go completely unexpected. It's going to go completely not as you have had planned. And this is going to be at, again, 6:58 Eastern Standard Time. So during this time period, and I would highly recommend it at least being from 6:50 to 7:15, you do not do anything that involves a lot of planning, a lot of, decision making. To be really safe, I would be from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And I'm going to link all the void of courses in the description box below, so that you'll be like, okay, so you'll be able to know when they are, because they are going to be affecting you, and they're going to be tripping you up. And it's going to be as if it's going to be the time where you think, okay, this is going to head in this direction, but it's going to swerve and it's going to give you a surprise that you don't want and that you're not ready for. So just be very mindful of these void of courses. This isn't going to be for some of the zodiacs. It has come up as kind of like a trickster time, a playful time. You're not going to find this funny, and it's not going to be really playful. It's going to be something that's a lot more serious. So do be mindful of the void of courses during this full moon from January 10th to February 9th. And then we have the new moon in Aquarius. The new moon is on January 24th, and it is in Aquarius, which says, bring love into the situation. And the new moon says a new start is coming. So the new moon brings a new start, and it brings love into the situation, which is going to be so empowering for you. And it's going to be what really moves you forward in your passion and in your creativity, bringing love into the situation and seeing things with new eyes. Now, the animals for January are the bear spirit and the owl spirit, which says, the bear spirit says, take time out. And the owl spirit says, you see clearly now. So you need to take time out, kind of step back to see things clearly. Because if you do not step back, you will not see things clearly. And the thing about this time, and what is so also profoundly powerful about it, is that this is a time of planting a seed. A seed is planted. There is a sense here of looking towards something greater, something bigger, and you're planting a seed within yourself. It's kind of like a New Year's resolution, but much, much, much deeper and much more powerful. And it's going to be easier to stick to, because you're planting the seed within the darkness, if you are in the northern hemisphere, of the winter. And in the darkness of this winter, you plant the seed of power and of understanding and of what you truly want to manifest for all of 2020, or at least for all of January, or the winter, most definitely, that I'm seeing here. And it's kind of like, that's exactly how you take it in steps. It's kind of like, this is the seed that I'm planting for all of January. This is what I want from January. And then you look at it, and as it's growing and as your intentions are being met, you're going to say, okay, well, for all of winter, or if you're in the southern hemisphere, for all of summer. And then you're going to see that, okay, and then you extend it, and you focus on this one goal, and it reaches tremendous heights through the year. Okay, and you're going to actually be astounded by it. You're growing your heart's desire, and you're strengthening yourself. It's what your heart needs. So this isn't something where you say, oh, okay, I want to lose, 15 pounds. It's kind of like, okay, well, I want to be happier within my own body. I want to look at me and I want to say, wow, I'm amazing, and mean it. Not like, oh yeah, good job, and be totally kind of facetious and sarcastic with myself. And it's like, I want happiness in my life. And when you have happiness and you have contentment within yourself, then you start to see things start coming in. You start to see the money start coming in. You start to see the weight coming off. You start to see yourself standing up straighter and getting the promotions that you want. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of more abstract than something so finite as, losing 5 pounds or, putting money aside, having a savings, having this, having that. It's something for you. And that's what you're growing. And that's the seed that I see here with the brown bear. And this is also very much, it looks like an acorn, but it's also his paw print. So you are kind of pressing this into the earth and taking the power with you as you move forward. And as you move into February, the otter spirit starts showing up. And this says, you are never alone. Spirit is right there with you. And in January, this is more of a time of contemplation, of stepping back. But in February, you see that your angel is right there with you. Your spirit guide is right there with you, guiding you and moving you forward and helping you embrace your grace. And at the center of everything here is the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is saying that you feel like there's supposed to be a battle. There's something here where you feel like, okay, I'm supposed to be fighting towards this. I'm supposed to be moving towards this. It is supposed to be harder than it actually is. And you're going to see that this wolf moon, what you have been battling, it turns away because the wolves are walking away from the man. They're like, you know what? No, this isn't a battle. This isn't a battle. I'm not fighting it. And he has his swords. He has his bounty. And he also has the warmth of his fire. So here, what I'm seeing is that this wolf moon also lets you know that it's time to stop fighting, because bounty and prosperity are coming, and they're actually a part of you. The thing that I love is that statistically, and I learned this rather recently, because I always thought, oh, okay, the more you have, the better life is. Statistically, if you make enough money to pay all your bills, your happiness does not increase once you have made it to the point where you don't feel as if you're either always behind or, drowning and being strangled and things like that. So here, once you reach that point of prosperity, once you reach that point of being able to pay your bills and things be calm, it does not matter how much you add onto it. Your happiness, not the things that you can buy and everything like that, but your personal happiness does not increase anymore. I found that rather freeing. It's like, oh, okay. So here with the 10 of Pentacles, I see the prosperity being laid at your doorstep. But it isn't, you winning the lottery. It isn't, wealth beyond your wildest dreams. It is being safe and being secure and having prosperity come to you and having bounty be around you. It's not sitting there and saying more, more, more. It's saying, wow, it isn't a battle anymore. And you have that weight lifted off of your heart. It moves you to the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is internally, there is a battle going on. And externally, you can have a fight that starts off as something small and then blows up. But I'm not really seeing it that way. It can be that way for a few of you Virgos, but for a lot of you, it is internally where you're hitting a bee's nest. You're beating at something that is sore, something that is hurt within you, something that you are very sensitive at, and you're like, okay, let me just keep on hitting it because then it will go away. No, then it's going to erupt, and it's going to be like, oh my gosh, now I feel miserable. Now I can't possibly be freed because I'm covered with bee stings, and I hurt and I ache, and it's just too much. So know here that where you have something that is giving you trouble, and especially since things that are forgotten are going to be coming up, forgotten memories, forgotten hurts, forgotten things that have scarred, that have pained, that will help you move forward, most definitely, but that you thought, oh no more, I'm good, I'm done. They're going to be coming up, and you're going to be seeing that if you poke at them too much and you say, oh, why were you like that? Why did you have to say that? Why did you have to do this? Let it go. Let it go. Do not hit it. Do not hit it. Do not hit it. Because if you do, you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to bruise your soul. You really are. And during this time of this full moon and this new moon, it's such a sensitive time for you. It's such a time of healing and of caring and of love and of joy coming into your life, that if you poke, it's going to have much more lasting effects than you could even realize. And then we have here the Tower. Things are falling apart. Divinity is saying, I want you out of your comfort zone. And I'm going to rock your world so that you're out of your comfort zone. And as you're out of your comfort zone, you're going to move forward in a power that you have not imagined. You're going to find that truth within yourself. And when you fall and you're out of your comfort zone, that's where you're going to want to beat yourself up. And that's exactly what Spirit does not want you to do. Because they're sitting here and saying, how are you ever going to get to where it is that you need to be if you cripple yourself? If you hurt your soul so much that you're like a wounded bird who can't fly forward. So be very kind to yourself during this time. Don't, it's not sitting there and coddling yourself and everything like that, but it's talking to yourself with kindness. It's embracing your heart's truth. It is moving forward in a sense of love and making sure that that love first is focused on you and then radiates outward, because it is going to change everything. Absolutely everything. And you have the Eight of Wands here. You have that change coming in. You have yourself moving forward. And then you have the Devil card, which is a Capricorn energy, a time frame of December 22nd to January 19th. So we have part of this moon coming into effect here. And as you move forward, especially till the 19th of January, there is a sense of breaking the ties of what you had once thought defined you. So here with the Devil, you have, two monsters. It's kind of like a caricature of a man and a woman here. It's not really what they are. It's kind of sitting there and saying, oh, this is what you can become with, a big belly, and this is what you can become. Does she have a... Yeah, she looks like, I don't know, they look like dolls. They look just fake and a little bit, they look rather disturbing, actually. And so here, what I see is you breaking the chains and you embracing what you desire and where you want to be, and not living in anybody else's fear and anybody else's lies, and saying, okay, I see truly now the way that I want to move forward in the place that I need to be, because that brings you to passion and power. You also have a fire sign energy around you, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. The Capricorn energy here is also helping with the change. There is a sense of being rather down to earth, rather connected to what you want on this earthly plane, and what you need to do to break free of the constraints of either what society wants you to do or what is expected of you, and you set yourself free. And this Capricorn energy helps you be set free. And then you have the Queen of Wands. Now, this is a fire sign energy, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. This is also saying that you will be more comfortable behind the scenes when embracing your passion and when embracing what it is that you want. You're not going to have to take center stage for it all. There's going to be a sense of really wanting to see how things develop, and as things develop, really embracing your truth and your time. As you move forward, there is a sense of you stepping into your magic. And by magic, as you know, if you have watched my channel before, I don't believe it is in conjuring. I believe it is connecting with the God's head within you. As Brahma said, he hid the God's head within us because that is the one place that we would not look. And that is true. We look externally for validation. We look externally for love and for connection and everything like that. We don't look internally. And this is saying, look internally, because the passion will grow and the magic will grow, because the Queen of Wands always makes me think of Hecate in Greek mythology. Hecate, the goddess of magic. And as you move forward, you're embracing this magic. You're embracing this Godhead within. And you're seeing the sorrows, the pains, the things that have weighed you down, the things that have kept you from moving forward start to fall away. And you're going to see that by the light of this new moon, so it's the new moon, because Spirit had me say it. By the light of this new moon, the revelations that were seen within the full moon, within the wolf moon, really start to make sense, and you start to see yourself freed. So know that there's going to be heightened sensitivity between the 10th and the 24th, but there's also going to be heightened insight to the passion, to the way that you want to move forward, to what it is that you are growing. It brings bounty, and it also frees you from yeah, from others' expectations. And then you have love coming into your life. Love and joy and peace, serenity of self, a sense of passion, the fire sign energy coming in, or also this connection with the earth. Yeah, coming in with the moon, moving you forward. And it is a blessing that comes over you. You have here, you have 3 tens. So the divinity is telling you, because 3 is a divine number, divinity is telling you that you have completed a cycle. You are entering into a time of profound change, and it is a time that frees you from what has been holding you back before, and it leads you to love. It leads you to joy. Where did I get the other 3 from? 10 from? Okay, so it's not 3 tens. I don't know where that came from, but that is what Spirit is saying. So there is a sense here. Oh, okay, so this is a completion of love. Okay. And that's what Spirit is saying. With the completion of love comes a completion of a cycle, and it is moving you forward. So know here that as you move forward, it is as if from the power of the love that comes from this full moon and from the power of the Lover's card, it is as if you have gone through, it has amplified the cycle of the heart. It leads you to prosperity, and it leads you to bountiful success. But it leads you out of your comfort zone, and it leads you to a place of freedom. But there's going to be discomfort, because there's going to be a place of embracing the duality of what you want and the place that you need to be, the place that you are seeing. And you've had this vision within your mind, and it's not going to really add up to what is happening. But what it is going to do is it's going to be what moves you forward. So know that, yes, you've had your plans, all right? But Spirit is taking over, and it's leading you towards something even more beautiful. So know that during this moon, as you embrace your heart, yourself, and your soul, you are going to rise to new and to kind of more profound heights than expected. So let's see what your Moonology cards say here. Actually, let's go like that. How will January 2020's full moon affect Virgo? How will January's 2020 full moon affect Virgo? How will January's 2020 full moon affect Virgo? How will January's 2020 full moon affect Virgo? Show me clearly, 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 show me clearly. Fantastic. And I'm just going to lay these out silently, and I'm going to do half Moonology and half the Queen of the Moon. How will January's 2020 full moon affect Virgo? 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 Oh, goodness. Hold on one moment, as half my deck fell. My goodness. Well, you guys get to hear my squeaky floor. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. Oh, that's so sweet. And I'm just going to take a sip of water before I start. All right, at the heart of everything is the North Nod, and it says, step out of your comfort zone, most definitely. So what I'm seeing here is there's a sense of reaction, of being your comfort zone. So here the man is reacting to the wolves, right? So what I'm seeing here is a sense of not being reactionary during this time, of kind of taking things, not kind of taking things in, meditating on them if you can, or thinking upon it. Don't act rashly. It's kind of take time to think, take time to look at things, and then move forward, and then act. This then leads to peace and prosperity, which who doesn't want peace and prosperity? A bounty coming into your life and moving you forward. Then you are crowned with the 3/4 moon. Adjustments are required. So, of course, adjustments are required. Most definitely, that's a very polite way of saying, don't do this. Do not swing sticks at a beehive. Adjust the way you're looking at things. Either don't, it's kind of like don't poke the hornets, there we go. Don't poke the hornet's nest. I can speak. And isn't that an old saying? Don't poke something that is going to be an adjutant. Don't poke old wounds. Don't sit there and say, oh my gosh, if I would have known what I know now, then that's old news. That is old news. You can't go back in time. You can't change the way you handle something. You can do better. You can learn from it. You can move forward. But there is a sense here with the 5 of Wands of releasing a pain and a sorrow and a disappointment that you've been hitting, you've been poking at, and which has just made you feel worse inside. And others might see the pain that you have and they poke at it too. Those people you don't need in your life. You really don't need them. So know here, you are making the adjustments that are required. You are reevaluating things, and you are reevaluating yourself. And for some of you Virgos, you're reevaluating what you expect of yourself because it's too much. You're putting too much on your shoulders, and that can just make you freeze because you can't do as much as you are demanding of yourself. Be kinder to you. And then we have protection, which is just, that's so sweet. We have the bird carrying her in the nest. You are protected while you are going through this change. While divinity kicks you out of your comfort zone, don't sit there and think, oh my gosh, this means something horrible is going to happen. It's going to be too much. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be this. You can build it up. But divinity is saying, step out of your comfort zone. Yes, it will be scary because you're leaving your comfort zone, but you're protected. I have you. I'm flying with you in your nest, and you are safe. Do not worry. And you might not feel safe while you're going through this, but you really and truly are. And there's a profound beauty within you. There's a profound power within you that is going to let you see the greatness of what you are accomplishing, the greatness of the way that you are moving forward. And this leads you to the full moon in Libra. It says a win-win outcome is forecast as you embrace change. It's like you win. And it's maybe those that you have opposed, or those that you had thought, oh my gosh, we'll never get to a resolution, they win too. It's a win-win outcome. There's balance and harmony and a sense of understanding here. And it moves you forward. It has you flying to new heights. And I love the darkness card because that's what the eclipse is. It brings darkness to the full moon, which is light. And the light that has us reflect on what we have done in the last lunar cycle, but also that shines the spotlight on us. And as the darkness comes, you can say the devil comes. But the devil is in the connection to the earth. The devil can also be seen as spirits, not spirits, but gods manipulated over time. So here, there is a sense of breaking free of conventional thought. There is a sense of breaking free of what society wants you to be and becoming who it is that you want to be. Embracing the heights that you are heading to, embracing the place that you desire, and knowing that the fear that you have is only there to weigh you down, is only there to chain you. from going after what you were born to be here for. Okay, what you were born to be. The darkness will reveal this. You'll actually find tremendous comfort, Virgo, within the darkness. And this here is very interesting because we have the full moon in Leo. We have the Queen of Wands, which is a Leo energy, right? Well, also an Aries or a Sagittarius, but it's very much here speaking to Leo. So as you move forward, okay, as you embrace your throne, your creativity, as you work behind the scenes, don't let pride get in your way. Kind of take the ego out of it, move yourself forward, look at what it is that you desire, and as you move forward in your creative power, as your passion guides you, take pride out of things. Take the ego out of things, and let your heart be your guide. Because if you come from a place of love, of pure and genuine love, which is so rare within this world, right? Passion moves you forward, and pride starts to fall away. You can take pride in what you do. You can be proud of what you do, but not that pridefulness. It's kind of, okay, I'm a big fan of the Avett Brothers, and in one of their songs, they say, I want to have pride like my mama has, and not like the pride in the Bible that makes you go bad. And not to get religious or anything like that, but that line always sticks with me. It's like, yes, that's exactly it. I want to be proud of what I do. I'm proud of who I am, but not the pride that they have, the warnings of, in the Bible, in folklores, and in literature, and everywhere, that makes you go bad, that corrupts the heart, the soul, and the self. And then we have discernment. This full moon is going to blow your mind. It's going to show you things and give you understandings that you didn't realize or you hadn't thought of before. And it's holding a light in your solar plexus. It's letting your light shine through. And it is even the yellow of your solar plexus. So that is beautiful here. It's saying trust your gut, trust the passion that guides you, and the sorrow that you have been living in, the sorrows of doubt, the sorrow of, of looking at everything and thinking, oh my gosh, I could have done better. Take that away. Take that away and let the ferocity of this moon guide you. Let the power of this moon's love lead you forward, because Luna wants you to achieve. The moon, Luna, wants you to succeed. And as you do so, as you release the negativity, as you stop the hamster wheel in your minds of the shoulda, the coulda, the wouldas, you move to peace. And you move into the darkness of the moon, into the power of the soul, into the power of yourself. And here you have the rabbit, which in Celtic mythology represents magic, that magic of the God's head within you. And it moves you towards the cardinal moon, which says, be bold and make the first move when it comes to love and when it comes to the duality of your spirit. Be bold. Go after what it is that you want. Make the first move towards what you love. You might even find, Virgo, that you're making the first move in love, that you find somebody who, at this time of soul's truth, at this time of your heart opening up, their heart opens up to you. And it's going to be, if you do find somebody during this time, it is going to be a real connection of the heart. Even if it isn't a love that lasts forever, it is going to be a love that builds you up and that you are better for having in your life. There is a sense here of embracing your boldness, of embracing the courage of your heart, the power of yourself. And this leads you to creation. This leads you to creating the happiness that you want, the prosperity that you desire, the sense of success and love and joy and bounty. This leads you to something greater and something more. And this leads you to creating what your heart truly wants and where you truly want to be. And as you embrace creation, okay, as you embrace taking nothing or taking an idea and making it into something, you're protected. So this is also a time of embracing your creative energy. It doesn't mean that you have to be artistic. It just simply means that you are thinking outside of the box. And the darkness brings that as you are released from Yeah, from following, from the devil card, from following the chained expectations of society, from saying, things have to be A equals B equals C, and it has to be just like this. No, you're releasing rigidity and you are embracing a flexibility of heart and of mind and of soul and of self, and this leads you to peace. Your not subconscious message. Let's look at your spirit guide animal cards. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. How will the full moon of 2020 in January affect Virgo? How will the full moon of January 2020 affect Virgo? Show me clearly, 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 show me clearly. Okay. Oh, I love this one. I don't know why I didn't turn it over on camera, so that you can see. I don't know if you guys could see that. I was just so busy focusing on the cards. It's the spider spirit, and it says, make your dreams real. Turn your dreams into reality. That's what this full moon is all about. Turning dreams into reality, of opening up the heart, the soul, and the self, of feeling the empowerment, moving you forward. And as you do so, your subconscious message is the crow spirit. Co-create with spirit. You are flying to new heights. You are creating something beautiful, yet fragile. And as you co-create it with spirit, you are set free. You are empowered. You are emboldened. And then that leads you to the subconscious message of the Moonology cards, which is the balsamic moon, which says a time for healing. This is a time for healing. This is a time for releasing negativity and embracing love and positivity and truth. This is a time where you feel healed by the silvery light of the moon. It starts on the 10th of January and it ends on the 9th of February. Embrace this time of healing. As you do so, the subconscious message as of the Queen of the Moon card is change. You start to change everything. You start to see the change of what you want from life and where you're heading. You can see things really starting to change and move you forward. Right here, she is actually pushing against the moon. So you might find yourself pushing against the tides change. Your blood, you're going to feel called to something. It's going to be like you're called to it. You feel your body pulled towards it, but you push against it. And that's going to be the duality that we see within the Gemini card, within the Lovers card, because you're pulled by the tide of this moon. You're pulled by the way this moon calls to the ocean inside of you. You are. And you are seeing something more beautiful and more powerful because of it. And because you're pushing against it, because you're using that energy to change and to move forward. Your subconscious message for this whole entire reading, of course, it is the Sun card. It is pure happiness and abundance and prosperity and success. It is love coming in, and it is building you up, and it is moving you forward. And it is saying here that the sun shines brightly on you. This is a time of the moon, but your passion, your creativity, it comes out during the day. And especially if you're in the southern hemisphere, soak up that sun. Soak up that creativity. If you're not in the southern, if in the southern hemisphere, if you're in the northern hemisphere, make sure you get out into that sun, because it is going to recharge you. And even if you need to get one of the Lux lights, get one of those sunlights off of Amazon just for this time, because the sun's energy is really going to be a creative force and a creative power for you. But also beware, subconsciously, as you move forward in this light and as you feel this light surrounding you, other people are going to be aware of it too, and they're going to want to take you by eyes. They're going to want to sit there and say, this luck should be mine. This prosperity, this bounty, this power, it should be mine. So just be wary of that, because it isn't theirs. It's yours, Virgo, and you have more than earned it. All right, Virgo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you, and I love you all. Bye.